Welcome to Base Legend, everybody. It is Kevin here to show off the beach resort mega base that we were building through some of the live streams that we've been doing recently. Let's start this one off with a fly through. This one was created with the help of people in the chat, so we really want to say thank you to all of our subscribers. If you want to take part in the next one, hit like and subscribe on this video. Make sure you check out the next live stream, and we appreciate all your input. So first things first, this one is massive. It's much bigger than the waterfall getaway, and it's been a while since I've done a Sons of the Forest mega base like this. Really appreciate all the people who were in chat during the live streams who helped inspire different pieces of this build. Love the armor room, love the Big Ben sniper tower that we've created, a lot of the other fun elements like the beach walkway all in gold. So thank you guys very much for all your input on the creative design of this. Let's go ahead and walk through this base in more detail here. So we did do a massive solophyte walkway from the beach all the way up to the main building here. That's why it is called the Beach Resort. We're over by the VIP bunker. You may have seen the two helipads behind us. The VIP bunker is just to the north, which would be over to the right there. So all the way up this walkway, you're going to see the base really unfold here. One thing that you don't see in the thumbnail of this video is all the different zip lines that we've created to have a lot more fun with this base. It is super accessible. You can get from one watchtower to the next watchtower very quickly. Let's go check out the firing range over here. You can see Virginia running on the beach just to hang out with us. But this is the firing range. Let's get out the rifle, take a few shots here. Now, we did create two heads to shoot at, and then also you can see the paper targets on a wall of solophyte, two walls of solophyte. That's actually a half wall in the front there. A little bit of depth control here, but let's get up close. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can actually, once you build a totem, you can use your artifact and douse them with solophyte and make them a lot stronger. They look like C-3PO, and I really appreciate that. That makes me super happy. A little weapon storage here, just so you can kind of have some quick storage, and then a zip line to get back up into the base quickly. You can start seeing all the zip lines when you start looking at the base from these different angles. Let's start checking out the actual interior of the main building here. Now, you can see that this was a lot of logs. Admittedly, I used console commands for this entire process, so there wasn't really any chopping to do, any physical resource gathering. All of it was console commands. So this base was built just kind of essentially with cheats, and so we're doing another build right now that is console command free, and that one is going to take a long time, but it'll be very worth it. As you see here, we got a nice little garden inside on this back porch, semi-covered back porch. We got a little private waterfall. That was the reason why I selected this base. It is, I guess, another little waterfall getaway too. Let's step into the kitchen here. I like the kitchen setup. It's a lot cleaner than the kitchen in the waterfall getaway, and I think that's because we have more space here, and I only have one entrance to this kitchen instead of fighting with two entrances, and so it made a much better design choice here. This was a great suggestion from chat. Kelvin has his own room. We gave him a little Harry Potter suite under the stairs, and so Kelvin just hangs out there under the stairs, plays with his little toy soldiers and all of that. All right, outside, let's just check out a little bit here. We did do all of the supports on the bottom with solophyte, so that way in the event of a mutant attack, the base doesn't just come collapsing all the way down. If anything, a floor is going to go out or anything like that, and then the mutant gets trapped. It takes a lot longer to take out these solophyte supports. Built a wall around this entire thing. One of my favorite things, though, is this garage. It's a two-car, essentially, because you get a golf cart and a Night 5, right? Garage with a little bit of storage in it, which I think is just fantastic. Out in the backyard here, we have just a waterfall, a little basic stuff, but this little turtle shell, I'll set that up and I'll come back out and show you exactly what that's for. It's a little fun feature. I like that we were able to create that dining table, a little aside, but that's literally the whole reason why we have the turtle shell out there, is just to have a little bit of fun and dive into our own little waterfall, take a bath if we get a little bloody. What I do like about this little pond here is that it is filled with fish, and so we were able to put a fish trap in and start collecting some salmon here. Over on this side, we got a rabbit hutch and a lot of the other storage, but there isn't too much going on this side of things. It was just the flatter area where we wanted to put all of our storage. And then up here, a little overlook lounge area. This is where the water catcher is, and a few other just small things. We have some benches inside of this overlook, so that way you can kind of just lounge about and relax. Now let's get into this Big Ben tower over here. This was another chat suggestion. Can we make a massive clock tower in the middle of our base? And yes, we can, but we wanted to get to it in a really fun way, so we put the hang glider launcher turtle shells at the base of it, and if you hit it at just the right angle, you can launch yourself all the way to the top of Big Ben here. And it is a clock tower. We put a clock on it. So there you go. Nobody can say that we didn't recreate Big Ben. My personal favorite thing, though, is this is the highest point in the base. Well, second highest point. You can see the other highest point there. But this is one of the ones that gives you a 360 view of the entire camp, which I think is fantastic. You can really see the scope of the size of the base here. Let's go ahead and use this zip line, get to this watchtower over here, and we'll get to the front watchtower and head back in the base. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. Very, very accessible. You can use the zip lines to get from A to B, and then just quickly hop on a rope, slide down that thing, and we're right at the front of the base again. So going back inside here, I do want to thank, again, everybody in the chat who helped come up with some of the fun-looking designs here, and also taught me some stuff along the way. Didn't really know how to use the Solifite upgrading with the artifact to upgrade the building materials, so I want to thank the chat for helping me learn that. This is the armory. Now, I haven't bothered to put any of the weapons in here because they're all in my inventory, but we can literally just load up whatever weapons we want right here inside of the armory. Got all the explosives on the wall, some ammo stored up, even have this little side storage back here where we have some hide armor, weapon racks on the walls there. More armor decor. That's really the only decorations you get in this is the armor racks, and I really hope that they expand decorations just to make these bases a little more home-like. I mean, you get this really cool leg lamp from A Christmas Story, and then those gore couch and chair and some stuff like that. But at the same time, there's just so much more that you could do with Sons of the Forest if you could have just a more intricate decorating system. Let's get up to the third floor here. This is where we have the teleporter. It is on an exposed balcony here right in front of the waterfall. I think it's a really beautiful aesthetic. But then we have this hallway, just a hallway, to take us around the front here into this little lounge area that we created with another fireplace. Just a different aesthetic with the bones there. Now up there, you know what, we'll get to that in a second. Let's go down this zip line. This is one of my favorite zip lines we've created. Sometimes you just need to leave the base after hanging out and go shoot some things. So this zip line takes us right back down to our firing range, but launches us right back into the base. And there's even a little backstop to make sure that we don't go flying through the whole base. Let's now go up into the armor room. This is one of my favorite chat-suggested rooms. This is where we are putting a little shrine to the gold Solifite armor. Made a completely gold room in there with the Solifite ore. So I guess it's Solifite, not gold, but it looks gold, so we're going to call it gold. A little pyramid cap was created by doing that, and I do love the look of the top of this base here. And here's the base from top to bottom. Just a really great time. Now, as you know what, let's go check out these watchtowers too. Can't say that we've seen the base from top to bottom until we've seen the actual base from top to bottom. This is a book build watchtower, which is something really handy to keep in your base. I personally like them, and you can always raise up how tall they are, but there is the base from top to bottom. And in fact, I'm going to pull out the hang glider and check this thing out from the air so that way we can have even more fun with it. Let's go. So this one, I really appreciate the chat's input on this one. We're working on an even bigger base. It's going to be a Solifite temple that is built on water, and we're doing it without console commands. And so it is going to be a very, very interesting build. A lot of time is going to go into this one. We actually have to beat the game and stay on the island again, so you're going to see another playthrough. I love at the end of these videos getting to destroy the bases. I mean, we've put probably, this was at least a 15 plus hour build. And so getting to destroy it at the end and see how well it withstands against a massive attack party of mutants and cannibals and things like that, always a great time. But you know what? I think we need to think of some other fun, intricate ways to build bases. So if you have a suggestion of something we should build in Sons of the Forest or another base building game, let me know in the comments. Hit the subscribe button, and we will see you next time.